quick lasers. Right. Kill lasers. Push now.
So that bryozoan was maybe somewhere 14, 15 centimeters across.
Is this another bigger one here?
It looks like it.
Let's do just a quick as I come by.
So it's interesting, they were more kind of bowl-shaped, V-shaped, and now they're flatter up here.
Well, they're so brittle. I wonder if that's so that they aren't affected as much by the current.
Yeah, they lay in the lee of the rock.
Yeah, and also the sediment would get stuck in between that mesh. We saw that dead one that was all filled in. They're slicing into the wind.
Or in this case, current.
Yeah.
Yep, another one.
What is that white?
Looks like one that had deposits sitting on top of it.
Okay, it looks pretty large.
It is large.
Yeah, come in partial.
Maybe it's something different. Oh, it's the same thing.
And it definitely got buried with sediment. In the middle anyway.
Yeah, it looks almost like new growth. It's more transparent. See how it's thicker where the sediment is. So that's new growth.
Okay, come on out.
Reteperid bryozoans.
Yeah. I think that was Julie Winston. Is that her name? John Reed had contacted somebody.
Yeah, I don't recall who it was. She wasn't on the chat room.
Judy Winston. Thanks, Scott.
All right.
Ready for another ship move?
Yeah, I think so.
Finishing that last one. Get the fish.
It's a different color head.
Yeah.
Ready to drive me now?
Might just be the way the light's catching it.
He's got going wide. Hey, are you coming to the end of this ship move?
We haven't made introductions
Great.
in a while.
Let's go ahead and put another
Perhaps
ship move in.
we could introduce the back
Same
row.
move. It's going to be
Derek,
30 meters at 270, 0.2 knots.
He doesn't have a headphone, but we have Derek Sowers, who is the mapping lead for the expedition. He's sitting to our left, and Cheryl.
And I'm Cheryl Morrison from the U.S. Geological Survey Leetown Science Center, and I'm the biology science lead.
And this is Leslie Sauter of the, I almost said Geological Survey after listening to you, but
it would make sense
long ago. But no, I'm at the College of Charleston in the geology department, and I'm the geology lead for this expedition. And while we're on introductions, perhaps we could have our front row introduce themselves.
Hello, this is Josh Carlson in the pilot seat piloting the ROV D2.
Sitting co-pilot is Levi Unima.
And over in nav is Andy Lister.
Sorry about that. It works better with the microphone. Over in the other corner, Bob, not on video.
And in the back, I'm Emily Narrow, on video clipping, and we are all with the Global Foundation for Ocean Exploration.
Wonderful team to work with, that's for sure.
Talented. Many talents we're finding out as we go through
Yes.
the days of our cruise. And they're really quite tolerant of us too, which is nice. Good thing we have more than a week to go.
Let's get the fish real quick.
Fish and then the sea star.
Sea star.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, we have to use a lot more thrusters in this current, and I think it spooks the fish.
Scares them a little bit, yeah.
Let's get the sea star. Doesn't scare the sea stars.
Well, it might. We just can't tell. It's a squat lobster beneath it as well.
Yeah, we're going to get closer. Come out a little bit.
This looks like the same species we've seen. And I wrote it down. Peltaster placenta.
Yes.
It's a goniasterid, I believe.
It's a nice view of both of those species at once.
All right, come on in tight on the sea star.
Mind if I try the still camera?
2 feet sticking out the ends.
Might be a little far. But
Yeah,
go for it.
You got it down there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Chris Ma will be looking at all the different substrates that we've seen these on now. I think this is our 4th one today, and I think a few of them have been on rocks. He was saying that they might eat the organisms that are living on the rocks.
Get lasers. All right, let's come for what?
And we haven't seen any crinoids today like we saw.
No, we've
last
seen a
several
few,
days.
but not as many as...
Right. Early on we saw them. Crinoids and urchins are definitely more sparsely
Snap the fish.
populating this area.
And Andrew Cotrini said that was a cuskeel we were looking at, this guy here.
This is, oh really?
Monometopus.
Good. All right, come on out.
Monometopus. Make that into a song.
Hey, it's Chris Ma.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Good. In my post jet lagged mind, I think I gave you guys the wrong name.
Oh no!
The yellow one? Oh no, that's fine. My mistake. The yellow ones are Plintaster dentatus. The white ones you saw earlier, those are Peltaster placenta.
Oh, I didn't realize we had seen 2.
Yeah, we thought they were all the same.
Well, and somewhere in my head, I think I saw them, and then I just switched one of the names. So I blame jet lag. So, but yeah, so yeah, I doubled the diversity of goniasterids you saw today.
Yay! So what was this one again?
So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that because I just wanted to correct my.
You said dentatus, but what was the genus? Is it still?
But yeah, 2 goniasterid species.
Can you give us that the new name again?
Sure. So
I just got my rotator.
The new one, the yellow one, is called Plintaster. So
Out of my light pool.
Yeah,
I'll add
Okay.
another 30th into this.
and then dentatus, like teeth.
We're still moving.
Whereas the other one is the white one was Peltaster.
Bridge driving
so, they're very similar
we
in
add another
appearance.
30 meters on to the end of this move.
And even though I can tell them apart pretty easily, sometimes I switch
Good
them
copy,
up
thank you.
in my head. So
Well, I didn't even know they were different, so that's
They're
great
way ahead of us.
information.
Well, you guys are doing great, and look forward to seeing everything that I think you guys have more this weekend, so I'm looking forward to all of that.
Yep, tomorrow we actually have an
How are your views
archaeology
today,
dive,
co-pilot?
so
Pretty light.
it will be a little bit
what?
different.
Your views?
But I hope you'll tune anyway
Yeah,
and
pretty low. We got
tune in, and we'll have a lot more coming up next week. We're going to have some coral, some seeps maybe, and canyons also, so next week might be quite different.
So there was a shipwreck back in the Pacific that was covered with Persimmons. So, I look forward to all of these things.
Uh-huh.
Who knows what we'll see.
This is
Anyway,
true.
I'll let you guys go. I know you're wrapping it
Canyon's
up. So
going to be fun for
have a
you
good
guys.
one.
Thanks, you too, Chris. Happy Friday.
Bye.
We've heard it's
cliffs.
Friday, although we don't really
We've done that.
know out here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, sea mountains.
I don't think there's
Oh,
a happy hour at the end of our day.
But they just for the whole dive.
But on Sunday we have the ice cream social.
Those are great, and if you're lucky, you'll at some point during the cruise they'll get to have you guys test flares, is what we did when we were out there.
Oh, wow, that sounds like fun.
Yes, I'm not sure if there were any left after we were done with them.
You had a little too much fun with them.
Yes, well, there was. It took me a little going, but that was one of the more memorable moments of the cruise. Was having the first flare I've ever launched off of the deck of the ship. So.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well, the ice cream was fun too. So.
Yes, definitely.
My best to everyone. I think that was Josh at the wheel. So
Yep.
Hello everyone, and I'll catch you guys later.
Great.
Hey, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chris.
See ya. Bye.
Let's do a quick snap here. I think it's the same thing we've been looking at.
The species is certainly plentiful here.
Okay, coming up.
I think our samples are a great representation
I
of
do
what we've
too.
been
I
seeing
think
today.
We've done well.
Yeah.
I was a little worried we had filled up the boxes and we might find something very different at the top, but it really is not that different. At least from the other relatively flat-lying areas below.
So Scott France and Chuck Messing were just talking about seeing some similar bryozoans on the Miami Terrace, but much smaller. And Scott France said that he hasn't ever seen bryozoans at the abundance that we've been seeing them today, and I would totally agree with that. They certainly do seem to love it here. Oh, but Scott he's probably very sad the bryozoans are replacing the bamboo corals here.
But we've made Megan McCullough happy.
Right.
Might be the end of your tether.
Yeah, I'm out at the end.
Ooh, that's
Get
a
the fish real quick.
tiny eel.
And fast.
And fast. Disappearing up into the black.
So we've been holding at a depth between 870 and 872 meters. So we are indeed on the very flat surface of the edge of the Blake Plateau.
Bridge, RV nav.
If you weren't
Are
able
we
to
approaching
join
the end of
us
that move
earlier,
right now?
we began
Great. Can
our
we
dive
go ahead
at
and
a
throw on
depth
another
of
30 meters?
1,005 meters.
Thank you.
And began a climb up a steep slope that at times, well, there was a huge section that was vertical with several different types of organisms clinging to the rock surface. And then we had areas that
Just
were
do a snap here.
like stair steps. We were hoping they were stairway to
Great, thank you.
heaven and corals.
Coral heaven.
Coral heaven,
Yeah.
but we haven't seen that.
Know what that is? Oh, one of the
It's partially buried.
Right, it's coming up.
bryozoans.
Go
Another
for the
sea
sea
star.
Wonder if that's Plinthaster dentatus.
Looks like he might be eating. All bulged out in the middle. Or he's draped over a manganese nodule.
Yeah, that could be.
I don't think he's eating. That's hard to say.
Yep, we'd have to flip him over.
Yeah, what is he eating? He might just be eating whatever's on the nodule, of course.
Yeah, that's what we were
Yeah.
hypothesizing earlier.
How much time we got left on bottom? Yeah.
I was just about to make the 10-minute call out, but it's about 11 minutes right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's coming out.
I was expecting the current to be stronger up here. It's not too
Watch
bad.
leads, this is Nav.
Let's get this floater real quick.
I just want
Go
to
ahead,
give
Nev.
you the 10-minute call out until we start setting up to come off bottom.
Roger that, thank you.
Ooh, that's a pretty shot.
We've got 10 minutes
Right, so
left
go.
on the seafloor here.
Almost looked like a pteropod, but I didn't see the shell. I'm sure I'm wrong, but not knowing that group of organisms, or any of the planktonics that would occur here. When is our next midwater dive? Is it tomorrow?
Hey, this is Chris Ma.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good. I know I was just on. I'm silly. So I just thought I would point out something interesting. That thing that you were just looking at with the sea star,
Uh-huh.
that's actually something that we just started seeing when we started doing dives. That's actually the abactinal surface. The surface of the animal is actually inflated with water,
Oh.
as opposed to the animal hunched over something. Because you can sort of make out the planar surface of it sort of flat,
About 5
but
minutes. Do you wanna-
strangely enough, in some of
light
these
bars, you
species, when they're
Yeah, you
sitting
have
on the
10 minutes
bottom
till
and they're,
start.
I think, fat and
Oh.
I'll give
happy,
you time. I'll let you know.
the coelom fills with water and they just become almost hemispherical. And I think this one was Peltaster, but some of the sea stars like Ceramaster and Pillsbury Aster from other places show this same behavior, and it's bizarre. I'm not sure what it is other than perhaps that it facilitates gas exchange over the surface. So there might be other reasons for doing that, but I just thought I would point it out because it was very interesting. And of course, we see all the sea stars in the last couple of minutes. So there we are.
So, did you happen to say Pillsbury
I was
Aster?
going to ask too. We all looked at each other.
I'm just saying in New Zealand, there's a sea star called Pillsbury Aster. and
Get this guy right here in the middle.
it was described
Wow.
from the Atlantic,
Come on in.
Huh.
named after the Pillsbury.
Oh,
Was
good.
that?
We have
Doughboy.
eight.
There's some good
Yeah,
camouflage.
well, not quite like that, but it's named after the research vessel, the Pillsbury. From
Oh,
laser.
okay. It is
Yeah,
kind of
I
funny when
didn't-
you were talking about a sea star getting all
Puffy.
chubby, and then you mentioned the Pillsbury. I thought that one
geez,
might.
I don't even.
Pillsbury Dough Star.
That's one of those things I don't even think about. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yes, that's. I didn't realize that.
You'll
One of
have
those
time
things
for
from
maybe one
sort
more
of being
20-meter move.
too thick
Yeah,
a
you can throw
skin,
it in.
being a taxonomist. Anyway,
Bridge, RV Nav.
Yeah,
Hey,
there we
can
are.
we throw on a 20-meter move at the
That's
end of
funny,
here?
Chris.
At the same 270, 0.2
I'll
knots.
talk to you later.
Okay, thanks so much.
Just come in tight.
Sure.
You can see him walking
Yeah, hold that.
along.
Yeah. I don't think this is the same species we've
No.
seen. The Pluto skate.
Copy that. Thank you.
Definitely a nice camouflage in this terrain.
Yeah, he covers himself up with some sediment.
Yeah.
Just come in. Do you have any more zoom?
And he has manganese nodule dots on him even.
Yeah.
All right, hold that.
Andrea Quattrini is looking up the name of this one. It's right on the tip of her tongue.
Great. Thank you.
Almost looks like he kind of derm skin. All those little bumps on it.
Just come out partial.
Dactylobatus armatus is what Andrea has come up with for the name of this.
Andrea, does it have a common name or is it uncommon so it doesn't have a common name?
This Skittle Skate. Oh, that's awesome.
Skittle Skate. Pillsbury Dough Stars. Must be the end of the dive. We're getting punchy.
That's great. Thanks so much, Andrea.
Yeah.
Dactylobatus
It's now
armatus.
my favorite skate just because of the name.
We might have to have some Skittles tonight while we look through the pictures in honor of the skate.
That's right. And some biscuits in honor of the sea star. Or cookies. We should just have cookies. It's a cookie cutter.
Cookie cutter,
isn't it?
yep.
Yeah.
They make some pretty awesome cookies on this ship. Ooh, and here's another one. And a coral with a ophiuroid, it looks like.
Another plumarella.
Plumarella.
Plumarella, excuse me.
And the skeleton of what might have been a madrepora at one point.
Okay, let's come in quick on this.
Awesome.
And that one looks different from the last one we saw, so that must be the Flintaster?
Or the Poultaster.
There you go.
We need them side by side. I'd like to see the differences.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's come out.
Yeah, I think that is the Peltaster, you're right, I think.
Can we get a look at the yellow coral if we still have time?
Yeah, could we get one look at that? And then we're probably getting close to coming off the bottom.
Hey, come on in.
I'm asking because I don't know that we've seen any of these paramurtia-like corals with an astroschematid on it today, and that's actually quite common.
You still have about 2 minutes left before you need to set up.
Marker of what species we're looking at.
Oh, okay.
Copy that now.
And I gave you 7 minutes for setup since we're going to have to
Some
do
species
some
of
extra
paramurtia more
turns.
commonly have an opioid
Understood.
associate than others.
Yeah, you can turn on my fog lights here.
Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Tossed around.
And Scott was referring to the brittle star, if you don't understand Latin.
This you might be able to get a picture of.
Yeah.
Nope. Oops. Yeah, let's come on out. Let's kill the fog lights, please.
Okay, that is time, guys. Time to start setting up. Watch leads, this is Nav. That is our time on bottom.
Thanks very much, Nav. Thanks, pilots, for a great dive.
Thank you.
Yes, very, very good. Thank you.
So for recovery here, feel free to check me, but
Thanks
it looks
to
like
our
we're going to
video
have to come
team
around
for
to
the great
port
zooms
on both
and
vehicles.
the busy work
one
they are
full
doing
turn
now
on
to capture
Sirius,
clips,
and then one
still
and
frames, as well as
three-quarter turn
short
on
video clips,
D2.
and they're no doubt going to piece together a
Since
wonderful
Levi
highlight
was present
video.
during the incident.
We both turned left.
Oh, you were both there?
And
Are we
thanks
full wide
everybody
on D2?
who has joined us today on in the chat room. We have Alexis Wenning from Temple University, Andrew Quattrini from
in my
Harvey
notes
Mudd
it has,
University,
it has that we need to
Asako
take out the
Matsumoto.
turn
Matsumoto,
in the
and
6-8,
he is
but
from
keep a negative turn in
Japan.
the neutral tether. And to do
Planetary
that,
Exploration Research Center in Japan.
and Chuck Messing from Nova
we need to
Southeastern,
turn to the left.
and Deborah Glickson. I'm not
On
sure
both.
where you're from.
Hi, Deb. I knew you at UW, but
Oh, good,
I haven't seen
okay.
you since. I think she's with Noah.
Jay London, who is formerly from
let's,
Temple, and I believe he's still
come up a
associated
little
with
bit.
Temple. John Reed from Harbor Branch. We have Lauren Jackson, and she and a group have been at the Stennis
So-
It's gonna be close to 2
ECC and
turns
have
now
been
on
doing
D2.
some logging for us, annotation,
Let's
what we've been
get
seeing.
Sirius.
Les Watling
I'm
from
gonna
University
come
of
underneath
Hawaii.
you.
Megan
coming
McCullough
up,
from
'cause that
the
tether
North
is-
Carolina Museum of
Oh,
Natural Sciences. Bob Carney from
that's
Louisiana
good.
State
All right,
University.
so-
Scott France from Louisiana
And you're
State
looking
University
straight
at
down, so why
Lafayette.
don't you take your
And
turns out?
Scott Harris from College of Charleston.
Coming to port.
And I'm sure that there have been other people who have come and gone during the day. Thank you, everybody, for helping us out. And
Yes, we had over 36 attendees in the chat room today. Not bad for a Friday.
right,
And if you're in Charleston tomorrow, the South Carolina Aquarium
that?
will be hosting a
Let
live
us know.
interaction from 10 to 2.
All right,
So
I'll
you
line
might
up
be
with
able
the
to
ship.
get a glimpse and maybe even
About
communicate with us. So
180 to go.
and we are going to be having the
Yeah.
dive planning call for tomorrow's archaeology dive in a few minutes. So stick around for another 5 minutes or so, or call back in.
And we enjoyed today. Hope you did as
Bridge,
much.
Harvey Neff.
And if you missed the dive, it will be shown
I just
again
want to notify
this
you that we are
evening
coming off
on
bottom. I
camera
will call you
number
back
3, I
shortly.
believe.
I am going
After
to come
we get all
underneath
set up
you
here.
So you can see the dive in its entirety with the audio.
Try to.
And that goes for every day, every dive that we have.
Is that better? Josh?
Yeah,
So
that's
thanks
better.
for tuning in. And again, thanks to the chat room assistants
Yeah.
all over the globe. We had representatives from
slow. So I need to
Japan and
turn to
Moscow
port?
today.
Yes.
In the past, we've had others from Germany and
And the Azores,
The
Iris
Azores, yeah.
Sampaio is from University of the Azores, but I think she's also associated with a German
yes, she was
institution.
the German representative I was mentioning.
And Deborah Glickson is from the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering and Medicine.
Oh, okay.
Great. Thank you
Great.
so much for joining us, Deborah.
And then stretch out.
And
Yeah.
this is